Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 4:06 p.m. August 6, 2020. Pretty wild day today. We saw the markets kind of flat. Like yesterday, it was brutal price action, and today picked up a little bit towards the middle part of the day into the end. I was fortunate to take advantage of a trade at the end of the day that really helped me out because I was struggling again. This week has been really rough, probably my worst week ever. And I was down pretty big today again. I am taking a little bit bigger size, I'm going to be honest, than I should. But I feel like the plays that have been setting up, and I'm learning this now, is that during earnings season, like in the middle of earnings season, like we're past some of the big boys, but there's still some stuff coming out. Probably end of next week, things will clear up pretty good. That the plays I play in the early morning are just not working like they were. I was trading those with smaller size back a few weeks ago, even a month ago, and they were working out pretty well. Even if I was getting out early, I was still making money. Now I'm getting in these trades and I'm getting pulled pretty bad. I had one really bad trade, and I'll go over that in a second, that really screwed my P&L today. Probably could have been way worse. Probably a stock I never should have been in, but it reminded me of the stock LMND, and it's a recent IPO. I think it came like yesterday actually, but wow. You'll see. I'll show you in a second. So let's just get into it. So the pretty active morning traders were this ADTX piece of crap. Didn't do much. Kind of halted all morning long, and I got in a couple times where I kind of got fizzled. I actually lost money on this stock today. And then AVCT was another one where I kind of got in on this particular. Oh, actually, it was the break of this high. These are 5-minute candles, so there was a 2-minute, and I took a loss on that one. So that got me. I took an early trade that got me a little bit green, and then I took these two trades, and I'm like already down a few $100. I'm like, oh god, here we go again. And then I was like, okay, regroup. No worries. There's something you can do. You take responsibility for your actions, and you look for the next setup. So I was still getting a little bit razzled. And I was looking at this big C. Okay, it's a big commerce or whatnot. Set up pretty well, and you can see here this candle got up to the 88.81, and this one was 86, and then this one hit 88. Problem is, I was looking for the break of the 88 based on this candle here. I figure if it breaks 88, it will shoot up. And guess what happened? I got in this candle here. This broke the 80. It didn't break the 88. I'm sorry. I got in on the 88. You can see the high there, 88. Look what it did. Rug pulled all the way down to 84. That's 4 points. I was 200 shares in. All of a sudden, my screen just went red. I'm like, oh my god. The spreads went like 50 cents to $1 to $2. And I'm like, oh god, why am I trading this? It's got a lot of shares. It's not like there was any volume. And this is the type of week I'm having. I got out with a $300 loss with 200 shares. So immediately I was down like $600 on the 3 trades I took. And this one, if I lost this one on this 88 break, I would have lost maybe $200, maybe $150 was my risk. But 300, and it actually, my matrix over here, actually when my P&L opens up here, actually showed minus 600. I'm like, oh my goodness. So fortunately, I got a better fill. It was just spread, and they filled me in the middle there. And, but this is the type of thing that's happening to me. And then the next candle goes through 88, and rips to 103.39. No pain. And I'm just like, what? Come on. That was the trade. That was the trade I was looking for. That was the trade I thought I was going to do. Again, I didn't think, I mean, it failed. It actually did fail because it never broke the 88 level, and I should have gotten out right away. But the funny thing is, I tried, and you can see the rug pull here. It was just like down, and there was nothing I could do. And then it came back up, and I was so freaked out that I didn't take the actual 88 break, which would have tripled that. You know what I mean? I don't even think I could have gotten out. It was moving so fast. And I won't be trading this stock for a while. We'll say that, just because it was just too whippy and too spready. But then I took another trade, and I'm like, okay, one more trade, and I was another loser, and I was down $771, I think it was. So I almost called it a day. It stepped away for a little bit, and I started looking at different plays and decided to look at a couple pullbacks, and that's what turned things around pretty quick. I mean, those three stocks were the ones that did be in today. And then I decided, I noticed Facebook was getting I know I was talking about pullbacks, but I noticed Facebook was getting a really, really, really extended here. And on this move here, and I decided to take a short, which was my first short in probably 2 months. And I only did it because it was, I talk about moves that are extended in upside shape and everything and way out of balance. And it really worked out. So I got like $75 back on one trade in probably 30 seconds. So I was like, okay, I'm off the schneid. Let's get this going. And Apple started cooking. Apple was the day, it was the trade of the week, or the trade of the day, I should say. A 450 call here on the break of the 450. Why I didn't sell. The issue is here, it made this move. I know it's a small candle. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. It made its move. I took some off at like 451.50 or something like that. I was like, wow, I got a really good fill on this one when it pulled back, but never came down to entry. So I had sold it all. But look what happened. Boom. 457.65 high. So on this move, I actually took a pullback and got back in and got some more out of it. And then this was the trade of the day. You can see here on this candle, the low is 453.81. I actually put a bid in at 453.88 because on this candle here, what candle was it? No, I can't remember. I don't know. There's one that was 87, so I'm like, okay, let's go 1 penny above that on a different candle. And you can see here it was 453.81, and I got it at 453.88. And look at this thing, just took off. And I got 2 points out of 25 shares at least. I went with 200 shares total, but I got 25 shares near the top here. And I turned a $700 plus losing day. I had a couple of trades too that were minimal, like WIMI, to a $178 loss. So I was really happy that I got back to that kind of loss, even though it was a bad loss. It's still, I got a lot of it back. I didn't force anything. I didn't do anything stupid. I think the entries were pretty good on the Apple trades, both the break of the 450 and this pullback here below this moving average. I threw a whole number. I thought that was my best setup of the day, especially with the end of the market where lately the closing bell within the last 15 minutes there's been a jump in prices across the board. Even the SPY jumped up at the end. So we've been seeing that a lot. So that's a time of day to make those kind of moves. If you see it pull back and you can take an extended move to the north side. And fortunately for me, the low of this candle 453.81 and the high is 456.43. I mean, that's a huge move, 3 points on that almost. And I was pretty happy to get a lot of that back. So that pretty much wraps up the day. Started off terrible, got better along the way, and I feel really good going into Friday tomorrow. I'm going to avoid these stupid stocks that will make you a ton of money but also break you. So I'm going to just look for the better setups and move through the day that way. So you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully it goes out the week.